The Jalen Milroe saga continues. So today I'm just gonna hop right into talking about the things that I really like from the Mississippi State games, including some things that I think people just are not appreciating enough. And I'm also gonna talk about a thing that I think he can improve on as well. So let's just immediately hop into what I think he could do well, which is this first thing early in the first quarter. So it's like, well, I say midway through the first quarter, about 5 minutes and 34 seconds left. It's 2nd and 7. Jalen Milroe takes the snap here. He steps back, and what I like is that he decisively he looks up the field. He doesn't like what he sees, or he's thinking, "I got an opening." He takes off. That man just runs and gets an easy 14 yards. He's so athletic that I like to see him take advantage of the fact that he can do something like this. And I know that not everybody wants to see them run a lot. And I think what I get afraid of is that he can get hurt, but he's a big guy. So him taking some hits is not the same as Bryce Young taking hits, or even Tua, who was a bit more injury prone, taking some hits. But even still, um, running a lot can lead to that eventually. But he tends to do very well taking off, getting these yards. And I liked how decisive it was. That's the part that really makes this special, because if he hesitates and he's thinking about running, the run is not as effective. But there's a difference between hesitating while thinking about running and extending the play, which he's not running, which I'm going to show you later on. That's what he also does. But let's look at the next decisive run. So it's a little bit later in the first quarter. I think it's probably like the next play or the play after that. A little bit less than 5 minutes left. Shotgun snap us on the first down. Two wide receivers on the left side of the field. It's a play action fake to Jason McClellan. Miro's actually looking left. So I think on this particular play, he's thinking, if I see my guy, if I see the play that I want to see open down the field or on that left side, I'm going to take it and go. Keep in mind, Mississippi State runs a 3-3-5. Three defenders rushing, three linebackers, and five DBs. So they are playing like that middle of the field, intermediate part very well. And usually 3-5s play with a lot more zone, at least based on my experience of it. And so what Jalen Milroe sees here is like he does that play fake. Mississippi State has a guy crashing down on his left side. So instead of waiting for the throw here, he's like, let me just take advantage of my athleticism. And he immediately takes off. And what I like is, look at how decisive it was. He didn't wait. He didn't hesitate. He says, let me just run. And when he does, look at how fast he is. Look at how athletic he is. He run past the DBs. That's just how quick, that's just how fast he is. That long stride. He has real speed. That's pure athleticism. You can't stop this man doing that type of thing. And when he's decisive on that type of run, it's a fantastic thing to see. It's very, the announcers also said it. You will see Michael Vick do stuff like that. Now, obviously, doesn't have the same exact skill set or the same body type as Michael Vick, but that idea of like, I know I'm more athletic than you. I'm going to take advantage of that right now. And that's really cool. So let's go on to the next play that I really liked in him. So this is like early in the second quarter, I think 12 minutes, 8 seconds left. First down here. And Jalen Milroe is going to take the snap. There's two wide receivers on his left side. There's the tight end Oots on the left side. They're actually going to keep him in the block to help Caden Proctor. So for all those people who are like, why don't they help the left tackle with some extra help? Hey, they did it right here. Actually, is this even Caden Proctor over here? I can't tell. It's number 57 instead. Whoever it is, they're helping the left tackle. But regardless, there's also Dupree, the other tight end on the left side. So this snap is being taken. Both those wide receivers on the right side of up the field. What I like from this play is that Mississippi State rushes two defenders up the side of the field. So they get up the field, and they're thinking Jalen Milroe is going to step back and rush out of the passing, get himself out of the pocket. But he actually steps up. So this is what I like to see. This is the praise I want to see you guys do. He steps up in the pocket and moves to the right because the defender, number 22, gets around the left tackle and is coming up on his backside. He doesn't get flustered. He doesn't immediately take off. He does have a check down in Roydell Williams, number 5. But remember that Mississippi State runs a 3-3-5. If he throws this, that's an easy, only a 2-yard gain maybe, because the defender's right there, as you can see, when he does throw the ball, and the defender's waiting on him to take that check down to Roydell. But what does Jalen Milroe do instead? Jalen goes back a little pump fake, kind of lifts his arm as if he's going to throw it, and then he immediately throws over Roydell, over that defender that's right under him, because that defender came forward. So I think that's the thing that people don't appreciate about Jalen Milroe. he'll actually use his arm, like he'll fake while he's running to make defenders come forward because they already think he's not going to do more than either try to take this play right in front of him or run. So when he does something, defenses react. Until defenders stop reacting to that, he's going to keep making open plays and open wide receivers. So on this play, that leaves Malik Benson. That little pump fake pulls the defender forward, and Malik Benson now has more of a window where Jalen Milroe can hit him on the run up the field for the first down play and a lot more yards. I really like when Jalen Milroe does that because I'm seeing game after game, he's doing that on purpose. It's not an accident when he does a pump fake while running to make defenders react to what he's doing. And I really love seeing that from Jalen Milroe. So let's go on to the next play. This is probably one of my favorites because this is another example of Jalen Milroe checking down and going through his reads. This is 2nd and 7 near the end of the second quarter here. Alabama's got how many wide receivers on the field? There's at least 5 people running routes, I think, like the running back, the wide receiver, the tight end, other wide receiver on the right side. And this is actually a pretty dynamic play in terms of the types of routes that are coming out. I think the receiver on the far right side is running a deeper route, and that's where Jalen Milroe looks first because I think that's what the play is intended to do, take that deep shot. But on the left side with the 3 defenders the 3 receivers and tight ends who were kind of bunched together, there's like a drag route from Ja'Cory Brooks. Jason McClellan kind of leaks out to the flat. Well, he's coming from Milroe's set to the left. Then let me see, who's that other guy who kind of runs like a little curl route? Maybe another tight end. I didn't see his number, but Jason McClellan comes out to the flat and he's open by himself over here. But Milroe, he starts out right, looking at that deep receiver, makes his way back to the left and just drops it down to Jason McClellan, who's already 5 yards up the field. So no matter what, even though Mississippi State is running this 3-3-5, they are on top of this, but Jason McClellan actually makes the 2 defenders who are on top of him miss, and they get the first down anyway. Good play from Jalen Milroe to go ahead and take that check down and let his guy make a play. Now, we're going to do this again. Another play, I should say. Also, right before halftime, 41 seconds left in the second quarter, Jalen Milroe does another decisive run. Like I said, when he makes those runs that say, I am more athletic than you and I'm better than you, that's when he does a lot of good stuff. So Alabama's 4 wide, running back set to the right, which I think is Roydell Williams. 2 wide receivers on the left side, 2 wide receivers on the right side. Jalen Milroe takes the snap here. Mississippi State runs again. This time they actually rush 4, so I think they send one of those linebackers. But as you can see, look at the rest of the defenders. You can see the 4 defenders or 5 defenders who are on the screen early on. 4 of them are within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage, so they're playing the intermediate part of the field. So they're not trying to give up an intermediate throw. They're like, you got to throw it over us, or you got to throw it in front of us, or we're going to come up and make the tackle. Jalen Milroe sees his options. He could have hit Jermaine Burton on his out route, but also the defender's watching him because he's looking straight ahead, even though he has a wide receiver in front of him. He could have maybe tried to hit Nye Black, who runs up the field into the end zone, but there's a safety up there. But he sees that, and he's like, why take the chance? I'm better than you, and you guys rushed 4 people and left the middle of the field in front of me open. So he pulls down and runs straight up the field. And then he puts a move on him, kind of gets to the right. He's just more athletic than Mississippi State and gets a touchdown. Can he do that against everybody? Maybe not. There are some teams who are really talented, who have some really talented defenders. But if they can't stop you, why not take advantage of it? I like that play. So here is the last play where I'm like, Jalen Milroe's doing something really, really good, and I wanted to be acknowledged and people to talk about it. Jalen Milroe here is middle third quarter, 6 minutes, 51 seconds left. It's 3rd and 11. He has a wide receiver set to the left side, close to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers, which is really 2, but 1 tight end, Nye Black, who feels like a wide receiver on the right side. So trips to the right, running back is set to his left. On this play is 3rd and 11. Mississippi State is actually only going to rush 3, and they're going to have a quarterback spot. Jalen Milroe takes a snap. He steps back. Pocket's pushing a little bit, but he steps up. I like that Jalen Milroe steps up, but the spy kind of pushes up, so he's like, okay, let me get some space because this spy is in front of me. So now when he's moving forward, he's not looking forward to run. Like I said, he makes a difference. He makes a distinction between I'm decisively deciding to run And he's making a distinction between I'm now extending the play, looking to make a pass on third down. That's the part that people don't appreciate about Jalen, and that's what I'm trying to show people. He's actually looking to extend the play in order to make a throw to get a first down, and he does that right here. So he moves up, and look, he uses his hand. He's directing his receivers. He could have looked back and saw Malik Benson, who was 3 yards up the field, threw that check down, but Mississippi State would have been on top of that, and that would have been a stop. But Jalen Milroe, you remember that I mentioned Black, who was on that trips on the right side. He actually runs a crossing route across the field toward the left sideline, and that's where he is right now. Jalen Milroe sees that, looks back, does like a Patrick Mahomes type play, where he throws across his body, which nobody likes to see that in general, but he was very confident making that throw, so I don't mind. If he's playing confident, that's what I want to see. Interception or not, he's not throwing that here. He threw this because he saw it open and he knew that he can make this throw, and I like that type of confidence from him, and I want to see him play like that because he then hits Black, who is open in between this 3-3-5 defense. Like I said, Mississippi State consistently played like the intermediate area, and they're waiting on a short throw. So if Jalen Milroe runs up, they creep forward, and if there's wide receivers who ran short routes like curls, hitches, drag routes, they come forward when he pump fakes or when he's extending because they think he's about to throw it to one of them or run. So when they do that, he then throws it right over their head, still underneath the safety who's deep, and hits his receivers in that intermediate area. So Jalen Milroe is kind of made to beat the 3-3-5 in this particular case because he can do that type of thing. And he hits Black right here, and that's a first down. That's the type of play that Jalen Milroe can do. So now 3 plays where I'm like, this is something that he can improve on when he's not playing confident. This type of thing happens. So let me show you. Early in the game, so like first quarter, 14 minutes, 23 seconds, Alabama's first drive. There's 3 wide receivers, so it's 11 personnel, 1 tight end, Dupree set to the right side of the line. And so when this play is snapped, this is what happened. Mississippi State rushes 4, right? Jalen Milroe has a low snap. He picks it up. He's looking. He hesitates here. He hesitates. You can see it. He gets a little frazzled. I don't know exactly what it was that frazzled him. Maybe his first read here wasn't open because once again 3-3-5. Really they're doing like 4 because they rushed 4 here. Maybe it's a spy. But you can see that a lot of those defenders in the middle of the field are playing the intermediate part, and a lot of the Alabama routes are intermediate. There's out routes, there's little hitches, but that's nothing. Jalen Milroe's like, if I throw this ball, it's a short game, or the defenders jump the ball and get an interception. So Jalen, he kind of looks around, looks to the right, looks back to the middle. He kind of stops. He does a little pump fake. He kind of holds the ball a little bit, and he's like, okay, what do? He tries to take off. The problem is Mississippi State had good contain on their rush. They all crashed and converged on him. That's a sack. That's because Jalen Milroe was hesitant and he wasn't confident. It would have been better if he just decided, I'm going to run to the right side and just beat him with my athleticism from the beginning, or go ahead and throw that short route, take that check down to Jason McClellan, or hit that out route to Dupree, who's on the right side, and take the 3 to 4 yard gain. That's the type of confidence and like decisiveness that I want to see from Jalen Milroe. So let's show you another example of that, where he doesn't take his check down here. So this is like a little bit later, I think on 3rd and 12, maybe the next play actually. 3rd and 12, running back set to the right, 11 personnel again, 2 wide receivers on the right side, 1 wide receiver on the left side. Jalen Milroe takes the snap, he steps back, has a solid pocket, no need to move, but he does roll out to the right here. And while rolling out to the right, I think he's trying to look up the field. He has those 2 wide receivers on his side, and he's trying to extend the play because it's 3rd and 12. So remember, he likes to extend the play, but this is early in the game. He doesn't have his confidence yet. And I think here, the defender kind of throws him off because he tries to step back and kind of sidestep this defender. He can't get away from him. It's a sack. What he probably should have done here was go ahead and take this check down to Roydell Williams. Probably not going to be a first down. Probably only get 5 yards or so. Maybe Roydell Williams runs the guy over and gets the first down, but most likely Mississippi State converges on him. But instead of taking a sack, take that few yard gain instead and keep some momentum. So just early on in the game, I don't think he had his confidence yet, and he was still hesitant. I think that's what caused that. And now here's the last thing. This is near the end of the game, or like in the 3rd quarter. 3 minutes, 34 seconds. Alabama is in 12 personnel, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Jason McClellan was set to the left side, but he kind of, before the play, he does motion to the right. It's 3rd and 3, so it's 3rd down and 3. Mississippi State sends 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on this play, so they blitz him this time. Immediately, you got Malik Benson out in front, but there's a Mississippi State coming up to get him. Jason McClellan, once again, was on motion. He's open in the flat to the right side. So, I mean, and relatively open. He probably can make this guy miss. Number 3 is on this side of the field to watch McClellan, but Milroe doesn't give him a chance because Milroe doesn't look. He doesn't take his check down here because he's looking up the field, and the blitz kind of throws him off a little bit. I think if you see those 6 people coming, you go ahead and say throw it to Jace no matter what. Just go ahead and throw it to Jace. Like, even if you know it's not going to do much, you just give him a chance to maybe make this play. So that's the one thing I want to see that Milroe do. It's like, go ahead and be confident in your check down. If you're feeling hesitant, just get rid of the ball to your check down, no matter what the outcome might be. That's a better outcome than taking a sack. So that's what I saw from Jalen Milroe in the Mississippi State game. Do you agree? What did you like about it? What was your favorite part? I'll see you next time. Try to make it simple for you guys.